So this is the beginning of the exhibit where you can see Mary Poppins flying above the viewer when they come in. Uh, Little creepy from behind, but I think straight on it looks a little less like we've hung somebody. Below that is another costume from Mary Poppins. This is Mrs. Corey, who sells cookies, and she has little letter cookies all around the bottom of her skirt. And then finally, in the next window, we see what is was worn for Mary Poppins for the Jolly Holiday number. And then here is the statement about the exhibit. And I've paused it for a couple seconds here so maybe you can read some of the things that are there. If you can't get through the whole thing, then what I would suggest is pausing right now, and then you can pick back up in a couple seconds. Next to that is one of dresses that I made just for fun one day, which I call the poppy dress, and it is made out of silk and has all those little handmade poppies. The next show is a show called School for Lies, which takes place in the 17th century. And it was sort of a wild take on restoration wear. So you can see that it's very brightly colored and very extreme silhouettes and styles. The next one was a show at the GAM that was called Arcadia that took place in 1809. And you can see the young girl on the right and the mother in the center. And then we head sort of into our 19th century section, which is sort of the late 19th century. So you see dresses of different shows, A Doll's House, Hedda Gabler. The ones in the corner are from Importance of Being Earnest, which we're sort of moving towards right now. And then the evening gown there is from Lady Windermere's Fan. Here we can see some 1920s lingerie that I made for Chicago. And then as we come around the corner, we see some sort of mid-century modern, kind of 1950s inspired stuff. The one on the left is from Streetcar Named Desire, and the evening gown on the right was from Trojan Women. Here we see a dress that was made for Legally Blonde that rips away and shows another dress underneath. Here's another piece from Legally Blonde, which was a Harvard sweatshirt or tank top, and then a very simple little corduroy jumper that I made. Then upstairs is the Women in White section, and here you can see bustle and all the undergarments that would go underneath an 1886 dress, which is right across from it, so you can see the structure and the shaping that that would create. And here we are. So this is the 1886 dress with a relatively large bustle in the back and that asymmetrical swag. Down on the floor is what is called a stomacher. I guess we're going to stay on the 1886 for a couple seconds. You can see the hand-pleated trim. There we go. So the stomacher would go in the center of the gown, and that's all in silk as well. And then the dress next to it is a dress from the 1840s with that pleated front bodice. I think Mom saw that before. And then finally, in the last little corner over here are what I call the items that never saw stage. There were little bits and bobs of things that were cut from shows. So there are two hats, a purse, and then this sort of cape coat that I made. Hope you enjoyed.